You actually didn't ask me for my driver's license, but I'm actually not obligated to provide that if I'm not being detained.
What? You are
Whoa,
obligated.
whoa!
You're obligated. Get out now.
Whoa!
Get out now. Driving's a privilege,
Sir.
not a right. I'm telling you to get out right now.
On September 21st, 2014, Ryan Scott was driving in DeKalb, Illinois when he found himself in the middle of a quote-unquote safety checkpoint conducted by the Illinois State Police. Watch as the police officer in this video absolutely loses his temper when Ryan tries to exercise his constitutional rights. This video alone has influenced many people to start recording their own police interactions. It's one of the earliest videos you'll find on YouTube of a person driving through a checkpoint trying to exercise their constitutional rights.
And if you see all the cars that are currently stopped here. If you got a good picture of that. Evening, officer.
Good evening.
Before we continue, I'd just like to let you know that you are being recorded right now.
Okay, that's fine.
So I would just like to know why I'm being pulled over.
We're doing a roadside safety check.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I being detained?
What's that?
Am I being detained?
Well, right now we're just conducting our job, making sure that
Okay.
everyone's on the road driving safely.
Okay. Is that
Yes, you can. You are not free to leave right
so far? Everybody's being safe. Am I being detained then?
now. You're not free to leave.
Am I
Okay?
being detained? If I'm not free to leave, then you're suspecting me of committing a crime. Then am I being detained?
We're making sure that everybody's driving safely. Like
Oh, I
I said
understand.
before.
Thank you for.
Now, I've explained
for doing your
myself.
job. Absolutely.
Okay. And we do have the legal right to stop you right now.
Oh, I
So
believe this is
okay, hold on,
unconstitutional,
hold on, I'm
but
speaking. Now, like I said, I've asked you for your driver's license and proof of
you actually
insurance.
didn't
Now,
ask
please
me
give it
for
to me.
my driver's license, but I'm actually not obligated to provide that if I'm not being detained.
What? You are
Whoa,
obligated.
whoa!
You're obligated. Get out now.
Whoa!
Get out now. Driving's a privilege,
Sir.
not a right. I'm telling you to get out right now.
Excuse me, I'm not.
We asked for your
resisting at all.
license and insurance. Yes, you are
I
resisting
can
at this
provide.
point.
No, sir, I
Then
can
give us
provide
your
it.
license and insurance,
Absolutely.
like he was asked.
Absolutely, sir. This is my license here.
Okay, now get your insurance. That's
Okay.
required by law.
All right.
Driving's a privilege, not a right.
Absolutely, sir. I completely
We're not going to
agree.
sit here and debate with you.
Okay, well, this is very unconstitutional what you're doing.
No, you know what?
And-
This is not unconstitutional. I already explained it to you. Driving's
Sir,
a privilege and not a right.
Understood. This is my driver's
Good.
license, my
Thank
insurance
you.
card. You're welcome.
That's what you're required to do to drive in Illinois.
I
Do
would-
you know, understand that?
Absolutely.
Do
I
you
would-
understand
I would
that?
also like to inform you that you are being recorded right now.
Good.
Okay. Can I please
You were
shut my door?
asked. No.
Since I'm not being detained.
No.
What am I being detained for exactly, sir? If I am
We
being
asked for your
detained.
driver's license and insurance card, which you're required to have when you drive in the state of Illinois.
Understood.
Correct?
Correct. That is correct.
That's
and
what
I
you
do.
were asked
And I
for.
do have that. Correct. I
don't
gave
know.
that to
I'm
you.
looking at it. You refused to
I
write
did
it
not
originally,
refuse.
didn't you?
Absolutely not. I did not refuse anything.
Is this
I
your
said-
current address?
I asked. I would not like
Is
to
this
answer
your
any-
current
I'd like
address?
to remain silent, sir, unless I have an attorney present.
Is this your current address?
I would like to remain silent, sir. I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment right.
Do you have a more current insurance card?
I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment right. Everything there is completely valid and legal, and I'd like to exercise my Fifth Amendment right from here on out, unless I
I'm
have
sorry,
an attorney.
what was that?
I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment right from here on out,
What
unless
does
I have
the
an
Fifth
attorney.
Amendment
That I have the right to remain silent.
Really?
Absolutely.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Am I free to
Proceed
leave?
on. Yes, sir,
Thank you.
are.
You guys have a great night.
These delusional charged up cops are why so many people around the country fear police officers. The cliche term of, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, what do you have to fear, may be used, but this video is a perfect example of someone who's done nothing wrong yet is being treated like a criminal, all because he wants to be left alone without having to show any documentation. I mean, after all, this is supposed to be the land of the free, right? This isn't 1930s Germany. Well, unfortunately for the drivers on the road, the Supreme Court determined in 1990 that, despite their intrusions on civil liberties, being stopped at a DUI checkpoint does not violate a person's Fourth Amendment protection from unreasonable searches and seizures. In a split ruling, the federal court overruled the Michigan court's decision and determined that DUI checkpoints were illegal under federal law, despite finding that roadblocks did meet the Fourth Amendment's definition of an unreasonable seizure. They did this due to the threat a drunk driver imposes on other motorists, as a necessary means of protection. So essentially, the Supreme Court overruled our freedom to protect us from drunk drivers. However, the honorable judges in that decision pointed out that the Constitution doesn't make room for exceptions, and whether beneficial or not, DUI checkpoints are a clear violation of the Fourth Amendment. Ultimately, the Supreme Court decided to leave it up to the states to determine whether officers should use DUI checkpoints or not. 11 states prohibit roadblocks while 39 states allow them. So I encourage you to do your research on whether or not your state allows or prohibits these checkpoints. As for the folks who live in states that allow them, what you can do if you ever come across a checkpoint while driving is use the Fifth Amendment to your advantage, like Ryan did in this video. Use your right to remain silent so that way you don't incriminate yourself in the eyes of these officers. It's sad to say
ludicrous
this, but
when you
DUI
take into
checkpoints
account
are
the fact that
that's the
ineffective
reason
on
they're
keeping
even
drunk
legal
drivers
in the
off the
first
road.
place, is to keep drunk drivers off the road, right? According to a 2018 Indiana article, a typical Friday night checkpoint cost around $5,000. In this particular checkpoint, over 700 vehicles drove through going southbound on Madison Avenue, and of the 368 vehicles checked by police on August 24th that night, only one person was arrested for driving while intoxicated. If you put that into statistics, out of hundreds of vehicles checked by police that night, only 0.3% resulted in a drunk driving arrest. And that average of $5,000 per checkpoint comes out of the pockets of the taxpayers, me and you. So think about that the next time you're driving through a checkpoint, and remember to always record your police interactions. Feel free to go check out Ryan Scott's channel and let him know I sent you over. As always, thank you for tuning in to San Joaquin Audits. I'll be back with another video soon. Take care.
San Joaquin, San Joaquin. Yeah. Gotta watch 'em. We know the way that you cop it. We don't give no option. Camera gon' shoot in 9 minutes. Keep that rolling, no stopping. They don't know now, we gon' teach them everything. By my country, everything. This my country, every day. False conviction, you got a power addiction. We on the road, me and the bros. Telling the story so everyone know. Send them to hell, little Nicky. San Joaquin, shout out the group. We gon' show the world, don't miss it. My whole team on a mission. My eyes wide open, I see everything you doing. We gon' check the law. I know my rights like I passed the bar. I'ma make sure you know yours and all. Home of the brave, free us all. Can't do it all and we standing tall. Only real criminals behind bars. Only real criminals behind bars. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Officer. Why you wanna pull me over?